Join us to celebrate World Meteorological Day 2026. Theme: Observing Today, Protecting Tomorrow.
Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from different parts of the world. Today, we are on the second day of the World Meteorological Day virtual international webinar. Yesterday, our distinguished speakers delivered excellent presentation, sharing their activities, research, and work related to meteorology and various important topics from different parts of the world. It was truly a great learning experience for all of us. Likewise, today we also have very interesting and distinguished speakers who will present highly insightful topics. I hope you will enjoy today's session just as much as you did yesterday. Thank you. Distinguished dignitaries, respected speakers, honored participants, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are pleased to continue the second day of the webinar by inviting our distinguished speakers to share their valuable knowledge and experience. It is now my pleasure to invite distinguished speaker Professor Dr. Jayanta Chaudhary, who is the HOD of Rural Development and Planning at Nagaland University in India. Professor Dr. Jayanta sir, may I kindly invite you to proceed with your presentation. The platform is now yours. Let's welcome him. Thank you. Jayanta sir, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we talk about this rural development, I think that we are very much concerned about that, the quality of life in the rural areas. And we should concern about the economic, social, as well the infrastructure. Can you go for the full screen?
Yeah, it is full.
Is it coming as a...
Okay.
Okay, but I don't know why it is halfway. Okay, and then we should reduce that rural-urban disparity. Now it's coming. Fine.
Okay, please.
And also, when we talk about the rural development, mostly we think on and believe on the sustainable use of local resources, which is available, and involvement of community participation as much as possible. And whatever we are thinking, any methods, any technology, any approach, it should, address the issues like poverty, education, health, and unemployment throughout the things. And also, it's required the proper planning in formulation, implementation, monitoring of development programs, and which integrate government policy with the grassroots level. So, what actually we are thinking on rural development next. Okay. So, as a concept, it can be the holistic, more to address the agriculture, education, health, infrastructure, and employment together as a balanced growth. It is not that segmental, it's rather improving those things. And to encourage the community involvement and empowerment, ensuring development is based on the local need and knowledge. These are the sustainable use of, as I mentioned, that environmental cares, skill development, and inclusive planning. These are the prerequisite when you are going to for any kinds of topic related to any kinds of discussion. It should address these things for the rural development. Next, please. So if we go for in a nutshell, the rural development, what we understand as a development of rural people as well as the rural areas, and in a nutshell, all conceptually these things as its economic and social development. And obviously, when you talk about the rural areas, then it's a concern about the environment and infrastructure. These are the four pillars when we talk about the rural development. Next, please. Okay, so that we have already discussed. Next, please. Okay, there are several approaches at rural developments are there. When either it's a target group, whether it will be area development approach, whether it's a spatial technology, because these are all are related to meteorological things. Which people we are going to target, which are the area development, because the meteorological data varies from this region to that region. So when you make as when when we are going for approach, then area development or area based approach, because the micro elements of the particular area, the meteorological data is that much so much important. The spatial planning for that, whether you go for holistical approach, overall, as I mentioned, it should address the health, education, agriculture, employment generation, infrastructure together. When you go for that participatory approach more, or even the multi-purpose approaches, that how this meteorological data can be useful for different way. So once we gather the data, we will analysis the data, how it can address all these things. Please, next, please.
Just a moment.
Next slide, please.
Just a second. I need to share the screen again. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Next. Okay, well, that's it. If you go to the full screen, it will be better.
Full screen. Yeah.
It was there, but anyway. You minimize this and go to yes.
Can you see my screen?
Okay. It's here.
Okay.
So that if we go to that meteorology data and rural development, because as I mentioned that most of the rural development, our objective in a different way, how to improve the health, how to improve the education, how to improve the infrastructure, how to improve that quality of life of the rural people. And here it comes to that meteorology plays a big role and vital role. It drives the database rural transformation. Most of the cases, the farmers in the time of flood or some other climate changes issues, they are facing the challenges because of the lack of data. So several initiatives are taken. It is not the only the weather forecasting department or meteorological department in the country. They will get the data analysis and research. Now the time has come how the modern methods and even the use of the mobile or other technology, how the rural people will get the access of data in the real time, and accordingly they can take the decision. So challenges is here, we can make that. And obviously meteorology, how it can help to the agriculture, trade, health, and other aspect related to the development. Next, please. Yeah. So there is no question about that. When you get these things, that it helps the meteorological data, it helps in terms of rural development, it enhances that agriculture productivity, the agriculture using sensors and many years other way, the real-time soil and climate data, and higher efficiency and outcome, it helps us. So in that way, the meteorological data can make a bigger change in the field of agriculture productivity for the rural people. Next. Again, you can see that there is a lot of changes. If you have the proper information, proper support and data related to these weathers and other, that can improve the decision making process. Which types of crop in which season, how we can do that, and also the optimizing the irrigation as well as the input facilities. And there are a lot of studies has been done that it can optimize even the 18% of higher return on that. That's why here the meteorology can play a very vital role in the field of rural development in terms of yield improvement as well as that agriculture production. Next, please. Again, as already my friend they are discussing that nowadays the time has come, the automation, lot of drones and smart farming tools, it is reducing the labor dependency, no doubt about that, and that improve the operational efficiency.
Please go on.
Sorry. Okay. So improve the operational efficiency. So the next, please. Okay, as I mentioned in the very initial stage, the concept of this rural development, the economic empowerment, which is very, very important, how the people can get better income opportunity, how the it can integrate with the wider market access. Here, the meteorological data is helping a lot. They are creating this opportunity to see that which market they can get and those facilities and linking with that, because whether they will go to the nearby market, how they can go to the other ways, even the online marketing and other. So greater access and wider access of the marketing facilities can also helping to the economic empowerment of the rural people. Next. Okay. There are many more other things. Next, please. So market access, it is also helping to standardization of support exports. So what are the things to be done and the enabling e-commerce participation? That I already make sense of that, because at the end of the day, it is required the market access and the information that will help the rural people to get better economic empowerment from their end. Next. Resource management, most of the cases, as I told you, the common resources available. The rural area.
Excuse me, please mute your mic. Yeah, please go on, Professor. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so the thing is, we know that most of the cases that the rural people, they are facing challenge of resources, the resources availability, resources, the quality, and the accessibility, the ownership, the control, all these things. This meteorological data system, proper data system that can help them to get the accurate water and energy metering, efficient use of resources, which is very, very important. And this, if we can get those systems, and it helps to the rural people directly to manage their scarce resources, particularly the natural resources which is available, and optimal utilization of the resources. Even in terms of healthcare system, the accurate diagnosis, because you see a lot of discussion is going on that the health related in the seasonal health is the things, a lot of diseases that are coming on the seasonal basis, and this meteorological data this can help to get the rural people the accurate diagnosis, the correct doses and treatment. That can also help to the improvement of the healthcare facilities in the rural area. Climate resilience, this is also another area, and obviously most of our discussion and topic in last 2 days, what we are discussing, how this meteorological data is helping towards to measurement of rainfall, soil moisturizer, it help to the manage the drought and floods and other. Infrastructure, obviously in the rural area, the infrastructure is mostly these are very much required. Any kinds of infrastructure in terms of social infrastructure, in terms of financial infrastructure, but this meteorological data can help us to accurate that construction measures to ensure the safety and visibility of the buildings, which in terms of also indirectly or directly help to address different aspects in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of economic condition. That's why it's important for us. Next. Okay. Now the challenges is that when we are talking about this importance, we already discussed, and all our other speakers are discussing different aspects related to the meteorological data, and it's relevant in different way. But the major thing is the low awareness. Lot of things are happening, but it is not reaching to the grassroots level. That's why when we are interacting with our drones and other, my concern was that how we can reach to the grassroots level. how our scientists can bring, or the extension methods can be. The low awareness is one of the issues, and that's why they are facing a lot of challenges in terms of agriculture production, in terms of health and other. This is one issue. Then infrastructure gap in terms of technology, in terms of drive, in terms of other way, how the infrastructure, because the availability also things we are doing all this, like we talk about the drone and other modern equipments and other, but how it is reaching to the rural people, this is important. But there are ample opportunity, technological adoption, lot of partnership. As I was focusing on the capacity building, which is very, very important. It is not only the new technology, but how it can be user friendly. The capacity building, proper capacity building is important. And also it is important how it is coming to the policy support to that. A lot of initiative is going on for that effective use of the efficiency, fairness, and sustainability. And if we can do that, and a lot of innovation is going on across the world also, several ways that how best that we can use the mobile or other devices to get the meteorological data more user friendly, easily accessible, easily usable, affordable, and people can take the proper decision, and it can improve a lot in different dimension of rural development. As I mentioned in the first slide, that starting from the economic, starting from the health, starting from the education and infrastructure in other way. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, and we can share and discuss.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Professor, for the wonderful presentation. Because, of course, we all are grew up from the community, right? From the farming, from the soil. So that's why that rural development is very much important to develop from the rural area by using those kind of the technology and really talk on about all the topics. So thank you so much. And of course, after we have other some few distinguished speakers, and then after we will open the floor for the questions to each and every distinguished speakers. Yeah, thank you so much. So now I'm going to invite my dear brother Bront Kelpen from US. He also wrote the book on about the Feed the Planet. And since a long time, I'm involving with him as well. So please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Pradeep. I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you and the diplomatic mission of Peace and Prosperity Trust, and looking forward to future engagement with the excellencies, the people that we engage with. And so thank you. And Osmond, it's good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. So basically, I started looking at ways to help out with hurricane mitigation about a year and a half ago. I started looking into NOAA. I was helping out with the state of Alaska, basically to keep a fishery open. And I started to look at exactly what NOAA does at every level to figure out if there's ways I can make recommendations to them. So basically, when I looked at some of their old reports, I started pouring over a bunch of reports from the 70s. I noticed one of the ways they looked at to mitigate hurricanes would be to use smoke. So basically, when you have a fire, and you're seeing this with like wood smoke right now, a lot of areas where the fires are at, it actually makes it where the rain doesn't actually hit right afterwards. What it does is the smoke particles are so fine, it kind of fills up the whole column of air, and then all your humidity starts to attach to those particles. So it kind of spreads out your available field of energy. Eventually, as that smoke travels with the moisture across the country, say there's a fire in like the western part of the US, eventually we'll hit another system and deposit that moisture someplace. So when I looked at the 1972 study that NOAA did, they basically used 3 oil barges. So they took these barges out in the middle of the ocean and they got in front of a hurricane. Because as a hurricane will push, there's a push and a pull to it, and it pushes up this air that gets circulated back into the hurricane. And basically, if you're in the northern hemisphere, the corner you want to be in is the one that's a little bit more northern and lead-in because of the Coriolis effect. Basically, that's your main cell propagation. So I don't know if they were at that point or not with their studies, but what they used oil. So oil and water does not mix. I don't know if they knew that, if they were just trying to go ahead and throw out things to see what would work. But when I first looked at that, that was my first thought was like, well, you're using the wrong type of medium. There's no way for humidity to stick to that particle. It would literally beat off it with the smoke particle. So when I looked at that, I knew, I was already looking at this thing for national security purposes, where I'm calling these floating platforms or ROBs or mobs that basically help for like defensive purposes, but you could actually use them to have barges to make a fire, basically. So another thing that these floating platforms could do, and this is another way to mitigate a hurricane, is hurricanes have what is called cyclogenesis, which you need a certain water temperature to actually propagate this machine to feed it. And basically, the surface of the water, or very near to it, has to be 26 degrees Celsius, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit or above. And you could actually use water immersion technologies like submersible pumps with pipes. You just need to get down to below the thermocline. So depending on where you are on the ocean, that thermocline could be anywhere from 600 meters down to, maybe even deeper. But as you get into land situations, that thermocline will actually shift. And there's a point, you can almost read it with a radar, or I meant a sonar to see where that line is. And below that line, you have cold water. So you just need to pump that and flood it into the path of where the hurricane's coming to. And then another thing you could do is, and this would actually work for ice breakup, a lot of different things, is you could use bubble curtains. So what a bubble curtain does, it helps irritate the water down below the surface, and it helps bring up cold water and also deep water nutrient. So I've been looking at this for saltwater crops, to grow saltwater crops, not just on the ocean, but also for something to do with the Arctic and Arctic warfare. So I knew there's a way to actually bring up nutrients from the bottom by using these bubble curtains. Then I knew in the past it could actually help break up ice buildup. So that could actually open up channels to have ships go through in the Arctic. But it could also help with hurricanes. So you could actually use these bubble curtains to go ahead and bring up that deep cold water from below. So now you have fire, you have submersible pumps, you have bubble curtains, all working in tandem, actually as a group, bringing these barges in front of the hurricane. And like I said, you want to hit probably that upper northern cell of the storm to go ahead, because that's where the main buildup of energy occurs at. And I think that's the section you really got to go ahead and try to hit. Another thing is if you understand predictive wind patterns, if you understand predictive ocean currents, there's certain times where upwelling of cold water happens naturally. And it's the way the ocean salt water moves around from the Arctic down and up and comes into coast, and then storms and surges start to push in that wall of water, and eventually that will upwell. Well, you could actually, like I said, as water starts to come into the coast, you got that mixing going on initially. So if you time out your tides, like say if you're going to get hit in Puerto Rico, you could actually figure out your tides off of Venezuela, Grenada, that coast of South America, and actually have bubble curtains maybe about 2 miles out from where the ocean meets land at. And then as the tide's coming in to land, now you could have bubble curtains actually pushing up that cold water as the tide's coming in. And now if you know that predictive ocean currents moving out towards the Caribbean, that would actually help push that cold water out that way. And what happens is as your cold water's coming in, it actually starts to push the hot water on the surface underneath it. So that hot water starts to go back this way. So what you want to do is you probably want to shut down your bubble curtains when you actually have that tide going back out. But a lot of this is really some of it's like more on the theoretical end because this has never been tested. The only thing that has been tested is the smoke situation. There's ways that I could actually cheat storms or dry air masses that could get pulled out from, say, Venezuela out into the Caribbean and actually help propagate that storm out uh, by using certain technologies. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to really get into how that works. Only thing I want to do is I want to prevent this from continually happening and being a problem. On land, we could actually start fires on land. Think of how much wood we have in the northern part of Michigan or like Chicago area and all that. We have these leaves that get built up every fall time. Some of these things could be shipped out and placed on these islands that are in the path of hurricanes, and then as that storm's coming in, could actually get sucked into the storm to help mitigate that. You could do it, of course, from the barges out, and you're trying to stop it before it even comes to land. But you could prepare yourself, even if a storm comes into the U.S. and hits uh, down by Orleans again, right? Those storms, the way they come in, because our wind comes mainly from west to east, these prevailing winds, you had a lot of storms like Harvey, Katrina started getting pushed back across our landmass and dumping tons of water. You could actually set up burn areas along in our land to get ready for that and actually push back against it. And then as the storm's coming in, it would get just sucked in at the head wall of it. Uh, and like I said, a lot of these things would be very, very cheap to do and cheap to try. Even the area that I'm looking at with these ROBs and slobs and whatever you want to call them, these floating platforms, they're probably only about 10 to 13 million to build. So when I started looking at, actually, this is why I've been asking about Bangladesh, is how they're doing, is because a lot of the storms that I saw kind of being created came from more of these Middle Eastern areas. And then as they moved across the Indian Ocean, they hit a wall called the Himalayas. They hit basically the roof of the world, and that inundated a lot of them to where their floodwaters were meeting in and mixing with brackish water and causing massive destruction. Pakistan, India, all those are the ones getting hit from these storms. So I could actually have these platforms. If you want to go ahead and create some more moisture opportunities for your countries in the Middle East, hey, no problem. Just get ready for the after effects. And how you need to get ready for the after effects is by putting these platforms out in the ocean, the Indian Ocean, getting ready for the destruction part. And then eventually, hopefully, it gets down to this because I've been contacting the Commerce Department, going through the chain of command, working my end and working the UN end. Nothing's been really happening on that part, but I think where eventually you're going to get your action at would be international depth arbitration courts. California has some of the biggest arbitration courts on the planet, and they work globally. So I don't know who you would reach out to, but I would think about, basically as war builds, everything goes towards war. Unfortunately, that's the phase we're going into. About 2030, I would think things are going to start slowing down. Certain goals, 2030 goals, will start being realized. So you could actually start building your case right now. The issue is it's not even a law field yet. I've been trying to build the law field, and really it would come with more cooperation with the ICC, UN, and then our courts working together. And really, like I said, the easiest path would probably be going through depth arbitration to begin with. Um, I could go on further, but I think I'm going to go ahead and publish what I need to publish here in the next week. I have a few people that want to go ahead and get this done. Um, I'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So just 2 minutes remaining. So if you have any questions, please. So is there any question to Brunt? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear Brunt, by explaining on the topic of geoengineered hurricane countermeasures. So really that's quite interesting from the another aspect on the hurricane, how the meteorology matters on about that. So thank you so much. Now, without further delaying, we have another distinguished speaker. I'm going to invite Professor Moni from India. Professor Moni is a distinguished technocrat and eminent informatics scientist in the area of e-governments, informatics, and agricultural informatics. So his topic is on about digitalized agromet advisors and comprehensive risks management solution for empowering smallholder farmers. So please, let's welcome Professor Moni. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is a very important day. Yesterday, I was not able to participate, and today, for the last 2.5 2 hours, it was a great day, and I was quite impressed by many of the speakers who talked very effectively. Following on the talk by Professor Philip and Dr. Sanjay Bhattacharya, Professor Calvin Yang, and Professor Jayanta Chaudhary, they have made my job very easy. And as a person who promotes digital technology in agriculture sector, we are working on a particular problem, which I already put it as a paper in the group, and I will talk about with the time availability the salient points. Is it visible? Just a minute.
Yeah, your slide is not appearing.
Coming? Hello?
Not yet. Looks like it's coming.
Okay.
Yes, we see. Yeah. Your mic is muted. Let me unmute.
I have been working in this area with the 7 mission mode programs to bring in strategic use of digital technology in agriculture in India. And I have been working in this field since 1987 in digital technology at the district level, later at the agriculture sector. Many schemes were able to bring it out. This is the recommendation out of doubling farmers' income by 2022 Committee of Government of India. I was part of that. This architecture is it is scalable, and it is replicable in many countries, even in India and global south. So what is that, in irrigated area, and out of the 7 mission mode programs, I would like to target for today's conference digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions. It's one of the major recommendations of this Doubling Farmers Income Committee report. And how digital technology and digital technology enabled advisory systems should be built up, for the uh, agricultural, farming community, and also to bring in a complete risk management solutions at the village level. This is very important. And I would like to go through the papers, the paper which I circulated, and then I will come back. And I also, uh, just 1 minute. Up, down. Hello.
Can you just move your key button, the down button, so then you will be in the third
But
slide.
I'm not able to see the full screen in my screen.
Oh. Or maybe if you send me your slide on my WhatsApp, then I will share from my screen. Yeah.
Okay, now it is. Is it coming now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And this is the one which we would like to operationalize in India. Is it clear, this slide? Digitalized agromet advisories and comprehensive risk management solutions. Hello?
Yeah, we see. Yeah.
Okay. Can you pin up this screen, Mr. Pradeep?
Sorry?
Can you pin up? I'm not able to see.
Yeah, well, you are handling the screen, so if you zoom, then it will be much more bigger. But the slide.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And this is very important, component where we'll be like to use that artificial intelligence and big data analytics and so on and so forth. And let me get on to uh, the paper which I have already circulated. How to? Okay, let me. Oh, just 1 minute, Mr. Pradeep. I'm not able to.
Okay.
What happened? Just 1 minute.
Just you have to click on the fifth slide.
No,
Now
no,
in the sixth slide. Yeah.
no. No, I'm not able to. I wanted to come out.
Let me stop
Okay.
the screen. Then
Yeah, you can kill the process. You can kill the process. Okay.
Yeah.
You can kill the process.
Yeah. And also
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
So are you going to share the screen again or? Okay, please.
Yeah. No, not the screen. This.
Yeah. Also,
I
because,
will.
yeah, please.
This is the paper which I put it, and we will be working on. I was quite impressed by Professor Calvin Young methodology. Hope that time will come to your opportunity that we'll work together. Digital agromet advisories, and we would like to work on integrating real-time weather monitoring with the AI, ML, and GIS to provide actionable, hyper-local farming advice to the farmers. Out of we have got 85% of our farming community are small-scale farmers having 2 hectares of land. I also would like to work on risk management solutions and implementing digitalized agricultural resources information system and a parametric insurance to help farmers recover from extreme weather events.
Yeah.
Then we also would like to work on smart farming frameworks in rainfed areas.
Yeah, because of the timing, can you make a bit?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the methodology which we would like to, since the paper is already there, in India, we have got about 50,000 higher educational institutions who have got who teach computer science and many other disciplines. So we are working on quintuple helix model integration. That is how the 50,000 higher education institutions who teach computer science have minimum 200 computers can be utilized for digitalized acrobat advisories and comprehensive risk management solutions that and bring it out industry agri-tech startup. We are trying to have one agri-tech startup in in every panchayat level. It means a group of 5 to 10 villages. We have got to 2.5 lakh panchayat in the country, and 6.5 lakh villages have been grouped under 2.5 lakh panchayat local bodies. And then also we would like to work on how to involve civil society and natural environment. So the quintuple helix model is that higher educational institutions and industry, government, and civil society and the cluster of villages. And also we are going to adopt 5W1H framework that by building up that 5Ws, who, what, where, when, and why, and how. And this is going to be very important because digital technology adoption at the grassroots level, which will facilitate edge computing in a group of 5 to 10 villages to facilitate digitalized agromet advisories. And this is the two models. And stage one, workshops in higher education institutions to identify potential founders from the local student body. Stage two is connecting with the startups with the farmer produce organization, and then we're trying to bring in capacity building on weather literacy, basic data interpretation, and rural marketing. So this is is a model that quintuple helix model and 5W1H framework, bringing in how digitalized acrobat advisories and comprehensive risk management solutions can be established in various countries. So idea is that how to bring in hyper local advisory systems, unified digital agriculture platform, AI-driven decision support system, farmer-centric design, and strengthening last mile delivery up to the farmers level. And idea is that the integrated agricultural value system, which we are going to build up about 400 agriculture commodity value chain. This should not be impact. There will be heavy impact on climate change, and that's why we would like to bring it completely digitalized systems at a village level, and with the 7 mission mode program which we're working on. And this model is working on as a growth model, and which has got inquiries as to how it can be replicated and so on and so forth in totality. And today's presentation, it's a very important one. And let us work together as to how to bring in digitalized agromet advisories and also comprehensive risk management solutions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Boni. I'm very
And this paper has been put it because I'm hoping that I'm in a very remote place, and so that maybe internet connectivity, I thought that let me put the paper already in the group, and I'll be very happy that those who in the group, those who would like to work together, let us work together. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Moni, for your wonderful presentation on the rural development, how the precision technology is very much important towards that, and that is what we are working all together. So definitely we will follow up, and we will
just 1 minute, and I think the Dr. Professor Philip, he said it that STEM, and he also introduced another acronym scheme.
Yeah.
And he said it that the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and arts. And I work on another extended version, science, technology, engineering, A for arts and agriculture, and M for mathematics, management, and medicine.
Great.
So this, bringing in this academy and village in the, cooperation through the digital technology is going to facilitate digitalized digital twin villages, in the world, and it is necessary for the developing global south. Thank you. STEAM. Instead
Thank
of
you.
STEM, we are working on STEAM.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor. So now we have two speakers remaining, very interesting. I'm going to invite, Amar from Pakistan. He is the environmental journalist, where he has already working with the different media on about the environmental journalism. So please, let's welcome Amar. The floor is yours. Yeah, your mic is muted. Let me unmute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Hello,
can.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for inviting me for this important meeting. But actually, I'm a journalist for past 25 years. I'm an environmental journalist in a country, Pakistan, which is the worst affected to the climate change country, where I have been reporting from the glacial lake outburst floods in the north and severe drought in the desert, and the deadly heat wave in Karachi, and also that floods are becoming very frequent in Pakistan. So I have been reporting all these major extreme weather events in Pakistan for past 25 years. So I was recently working with the independent UK's Urdu edition, the regional edition, independent Urdu, for around 7 years, and I resigned recently and has pioneered my own artificial intelligence channel. I have shared in the chat about my profile and 100% AI generated video. So actually, I and Dr. Pradeep were discussing over LinkedIn that how we can collaborate. So I here offer my services voluntarily to everyone who wants to make, because AI is unlimited. We can make anything from out of it. We can make explainers that what is the climate change, how it is affecting which region. So we can do it together. If any idea comes to your mind, or if any of you wants to make their product, their services, or their ideas to in any language, like we can make in Urdu, which is the Pakistan's national language, or even in English. So we can do, means mutually, we can do to work for the survival of this planet and to make the awareness of about the climate change and extreme weather events and the important projects that you guys are doing. So we can make AI videos on them, and then we can share it to the other media friends. I have so many friends, almost every region of the world, because in the last 25 years I also worked with many other international journalists and have attended many international conferences, conference of parties, COP, and different parties. So I know many journalists. So I volunteer my services that if anybody wants any help in AI generation of any phenomena, any subject, or media coverage, then we can do it together.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, dear brother. Yeah, Amar sir. Yeah, for your welcoming and opening to involve together with you, by which through your journalism is very much important. And nowadays, the AI media is also very much important to bring all together in a same platform by which we can achieve our target and also the objective from one corner to another corner of the world. So thank you so much, and I hope we will follow you and also we'll put you on our WhatsApp group and also in the database, so we can collaborate all together. Yeah, well, I'm very much happy, very much glad, and very much proud because of the valuable time our distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, the participants, you gave the really the valuable time to make this happen. Individually, just without myself or just without alone, we can't do anything, right? So this is just the initiative to make it more actionable and more practical. Definitely we need to join hand together. And also I'm also really curious and also would like to hear from you all how we can move forward for the follow-up to make more practical and also the realistic activities. In these 2 days we saw so many like the from the expertise, the different things are already happened, and still in so many parts of the area we need to implement those kind of those activities. So that's why our SUNWay Research and Innovation Center is established over here in Nepal to collaborate with like you people. And also we are also looking forward because we are on the stage of set up the lab over here. And definitely through your guidance, through the support from you all, hope we will move ahead. And also still I have the questions to you all, how we can move forward together in the coming days. So if you have like 2-3 ideas from 2-3 speakers or the participants, I'd be more happy. And then I will invite another very special speakers. Please, if you have any like the ideas, yeah, that would be great.
Pradeep, we got to keep this going. This was great,
Thank you.
eye-opening to what everyone is doing globally. If there's a way for us to continue this dialogue, I would love it. Maybe if you can open up your SUNWay of social media to this project, or a totally separate social media platform where we can continue to share these projects we're working on. That would be great. That is a good start.
Yeah, we have already the social media on SUNWay Research and Innovation Center. We are already on the LinkedIn and Facebook page and group. I will share you and invite you to join over there as well. Yeah, thank you. And I'd like to invite very interesting about the living legends, because since 2012-13 I'm involving with One World Citizen. So I'd like to invite Monique Van Dam, the founder director of One World Citizens from the Netherlands. Please let's welcome her. The floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much, Pradeep. Yeah, well, first you can see me as a
Hello.
school system, but I was always wondering, can education be done in a different way, more learning by doing? So that was my background. And since we started One World Citizens, my role is connecting young people like Pradeep to feel I'm not alone with my crazy idea, and to facilitate them to help each other from the different countries online to turn their ideas into projects, or even better, startups. And I mostly have to empower them to keep believing in what they see, because their warm circle mostly advised them to do something else. Like Pradeep, when he left the university on IT and management, his parents thought he would go abroad and earn a lot of money, but he decided to stay in his community to empower women and youth on ICT basic training first, and later technology for agriculture. So I feel very happy to share with you that there's a lot of hope in the world with people like Pradeep. And maybe I open my presentation now to give you an idea that he's not the only one. Yes. Can you see the whole screen now, or shall I make it smaller
Yes,
again?
yes, now it is okay, yeah.
Okay. So Pradeep mentioned the word living legend already. So in 2012, when we started, I asked the first young people if you could organize education on the important topics that you need, what would it be like? And they developed the concept of the living legends. And a living legend is a young person who is committed to turn his idea into a project or more, and able and also willing to share it with other young people as soon as it's finished as an example to be copied in other villages and cities. So that's where the word living legend comes from. And by working together with young people from different countries, the focus became making work of basic needs for all. And then mostly from the power of young people, like Pradeep and others, their communities, and of course with support of us as knowledge and expertise partners. Let me see if I can change the slide. Okay, so we started 2012-2025 with the experiment with 2 questions. Will young people aged 15 to 30 years be able and willing to turn their ideas for change into local projects and startups and become living legend by that in a bottom-up, step-by-step, low-budget, volunteering way and working together online, even with internet cut, let's say. So challenges. And the second question was, as soon as they are living legends, would they be willing to become teachers in an online living legend school by which all young people can learn about the topics they have created, the project, and also copy them. And then they don't have to do it alone, because meanwhile in 13 years we also created the We Grow Together community with young people and partners who want to help young people to turn their ideas into more. So, and by doing this, we would be able to create non-formal education about peace, just and climate resilient world and future for all youth. So that were the questions when we started. And now I will show you a couple of examples of living legends who proved it's possible. So first of all, of course, Pradeep, as you know, with his research center, a demo center. And yeah, here you can have an impression of the things he's doing, but he told already us yesterday that, yeah, he's also one of the best teachers in our community, very patient, but also clear to teach young people from all kinds of backgrounds in IT and technology. But we also have Augustine in the north of Kenya, Marsabit, really an area where there's nothing at all. The people really have to work from the power of the community to meet their basic needs. And he started with help of the elders, so he got a piece of land to build this demo center, the same years as Pradeep did his demo center in Nepal. And his focus is on water, because it rains maybe 2 times a year if the people are lucky. And he wanted to bring back the trees to change the climate. So it was, of course, a big challenge. I also wanted to educate the youth who were not educated at all in his area. And step by step, he found solutions for water storage, for biogas, to cook for the children the porridge instead of on wood. So it really showed, they can make a lot of change in the community. We also have a team in Kurdistan, Iraq. They work in the same field as Pradeep is doing, also technology. There are no farmers at all, but they grow crops by the technology they developed. And Jodane is also doing amazing work. He's coming from the south of Rwanda, from a village where there was nothing at all. So no electricity, no internet, no education, no community center. And he started 3 years ago this Dusego Empowerment Hub with the community. Of course, he had some funds, but it's not big funds that we have. And he built this center, and he started education on talents, on personal development, on technology, but most of all on critical thinking, because he was born just before the genocide, and he wanted to bring back the trust in the community and resilient or critical thinking, so that it would never happen again. This is Jean Paul from Rwanda also. He has a project for teen mothers. There are many, to teach them in sexual health education, but also bring back their dreams and equip them to earn money to take care of their children. This is a girl from the Netherlands, nearby. She created a really great project on welcoming migrants in a new way. And maybe you know in the Netherlands it's a very bad situation. People are against migrants, in Europe actually more. And she wants to change it. And she's doing it very well. As you can see here, she has a big project now, also supported by the municipality. And these are boys from Albania. Also there, young people have to leave the country because of lack of jobs. And they started an innovation hub to train young people in entrepreneurship, but also in more things, to believe also in jobs they can create to keep them in the country. And yeah, these examples show that it makes so much sense to support young people, to believe in the change they see. And step by step, because it took us 10 years maybe to get to this point, they can turn it into really meaningful projects or startups. And now we are at the point, and that can be our contribution as a puzzle piece to everything we will do after today, to make this seen. So to make the education online in the Living Legend School. We have a platform. It's not on social media, but it also has an app. And we can create e-learning modules, groups where people can work together. It also has an app, makes it very easy to work from the smartphone. And yes, soon, that's the good news, Pradeep will bring his first e-learning modules in this Living Legend School, so that we can show how it can work and that we can work together. I think, yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you, just to see that there is hope and there's even something we can do together after today. But I'm very happy to be with you all, because I think all together we can do more.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Monique.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for the inspiration platform you provided for the majority of the youth from different corner of the world. And I'm also there, so I'm also proud myself, also with the One World Citizens and all the whole team, because since the beginning, as I am also mentioning you to my some colleagues from different countries, also they are already aware about One World Citizens, because every year she invited me to the Netherlands for the same purpose, where she invite all the youngsters from different countries and organize the fantastic event to make a plan, to make the strategy to feed the planet. And also,
And I have a very small house, but I thought, yeah, if I go there to all the countries, it doesn't make sense. Let me invite them here. So we are really a family together then.
thank you.
But
Thank
we
you.
learn a lot from each other.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm sure you all have some questions or some ideas regarding to that. Now the floor is open, please. Feel free to ask the questions to the distinguished speakers. Yeah, the floor is open.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I recommend leaving the WhatsApp channel open. We could keep on corresponding on that, of course. That's already an app already kind of set up for us. And I told you how I could help out, of course, to make sure we get these meetings going all the time. So looking forward to helping out our global family as much as we can.
Yeah, definitely. We already created the WhatsApp group, and from their WhatsApp group we'll follow up. And also we are also on working to make the e-learning modules. So we need the inputs and all the idea support from you all to make more concrete, by which as a non-formal education the people can understand and learn, because we are planning to make the e-learning modules based on our experiment. What we are doing the activities from the rural area, we are making the learning modules. Also, just for example, last time I made a book on about the robotics, and also the digital literacy book. I already made that and also published, and we are using that books in Rwanda. We used there because we had a 4 years project in Rwanda, and also in Kenya, and also in Nepal. Yeah. So in the practical base, we are making the e-learning modules. So anyone who are interested to collaborate, support, all are welcome to join together, by which we can implement those kind of these activities everywhere, because we all need to eat the food. And from where the food comes, of course, from the soil, from the agriculture field. Then what to do, how to grow, then we need those kind of the skills, the technology, the expertise. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time we have to join together as a one global family. Yeah. So is there any more questions or remarks? Please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They, uh,
Okay, Professor Moni.
they will
I think yeah, he informed me that he is at the hotel in Pune because he was invited there at the event. So because of the internet issues, he's not able. I think he is gone. Maybe the internet connectivity. Yeah. So is there any questions or ideas or remarks from the participants or the speakers, please?
I see Amara's hand is up.
Okay, Amar.
Uh, I want to request everybody, every participant, that you know that I'm a journalist. So if anybody has any study, any research report, interesting research report, so I'm writing in the chat my email address, and you can send it, and also contact information of some experts to whom we can speak. So that will be really wonderful and very helpful for making the interesting stories about those. So anyone has anything, they may share with me on my email I'm writing in the chat box.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I see the hand from
Mr.
Richard Nelson.
Mr. Pradeep, hello?
Please,
I'm
Professor
audible?
Moni. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Professor Calvin has asked for a copy of the paper which I circulated. I already put it in the WhatsApp group. Professor Calvin, are you online?
Yeah, what we'll do, we are already connected on the WhatsApp group, and I
Yeah,
will forward that.
mean,
Yeah,
I have already posted in the group, and he can read it and he get connected. Very
great,
nice there.
fantastic.
Thank you.
And also Richard Nelson, yeah, I see your hand. Please.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, in the next couple months, we're anticipating a few projects, and it is learning by doing. You know, the Life Pod that I mentioned, which is really designed for families. You know, is a small project that captures 21st century know-how in terms of controlled environment growing. So what that does, of course, is it makes it's an adaptation response to climate change to be able to have our controlled environment food, which wouldn't be disrupted by most of our, climate challenges, drought and heat and cold and all of these, situations that are accelerating, getting more extreme. So replication, learning by doing, I think it fits in very well, Monique, with your program, and we just look forward to sharing and replication, as you were saying, replication, what works. So whether And I also believe in doing that sort of thing in multiple locations, not one at a time, but in parallel, because innovation is somewhat difficult to do alone, right? It gets much easier when there's many eyes on any issue and everyone is sharing as we go. That really facilitates success and rapid progress. So that's the plan, multiple projects, and whoever wants to can replicate and then, join in on that effort. An innovation project, basically. Thanks.
Thank you, Richard Nelson. Yeah, definitely, we will follow you through the WhatsApp group because we are already there. And also after this event, we will make a summarized report together with our Ambassador Colette and other respected colleagues. Yeah, we will make like the short articles, what we achieved in this today's event, because the Professor Dr. Yugoji, she is involving and working at the United Nations, and also she is very much interested to replicate, to host there physically, not only through virtually. Likewise, we can do that later on through the WhatsApp group. We'll keep in touch, Richard Nelson, because what you invented is really very from the low cost, and also the anyone can easily adapt and understand. Because since a long time I'm involving with you, and one of the dream and also the mission is to set up the prepod and install those kind of technological things and implement in every rural area everywhere. So thank you so much. And before I invite our vote of thanks and also to wrap up, is there any ideas or remarks or questions, something to say? Please, still the floor is open.
I would just like to share with the team. I know that it wasn't, I didn't present this time, but I wanted to share with the team that we are currently working on a regional plan for food security for the Caribbean region. It involves all 30 of the countries throughout the Caribbean region, and it involves our young people, technology, and entrepreneurship. It is that we have activated that plan in the Caribbean already, in Trinidad and Tobago. And many of you who are on this call right now, so much of what you're doing is aligned really well with what we're doing or intend to do throughout the Caribbean region. So it is my hope that we would have many more conversations like this, where we can align all of our works for global change, because as many of you have already indicated in the chat, we're at a very critical time. Now is as challenging as we have seen geopolitically, and each one of us are facing different challenges where we sit. So I know that our collaboration will be key to our success. So I'm looking forward to doing just that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Really fantastic. Yeah. And is there any the ideas or sharings? Okay.
Yes, we had.
Okay, please.
We had planned to have a conference in South Africa in May, but then because of what is happening in the Middle East, we said, let's postpone this. And if we had carried it that way, we were not going to bring all of you guys. You were going to hear that there was a conference. But I think this was for a good purpose, that the upcoming conference, all of you, you'll be invited. Africa, as you know, we need to raise young entrepreneurs. Historically, Africa, when people talk about it, think of labor force. You take it from Africa. And poverty, it is recorded in Africa. And take the guys for those who are to say terrorists out there. They are all coming from Africa because they are not employed. And if we wait for the politicians to employ them, we're wasting time. this is the time, this group, I will be inviting all of you to to the next conference so that we can put our heads together and see how we can change Africa's mindset. Thank you so much, Prof. This was a world-class conference. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Definitely we will visit. We will be there in South Africa very soon with all the team. We are waiting. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. And now I would like to, oh yeah, Professor Moni, do you have something to say? Because your mic is muted.
Us to South Africa, so I was waving my hand that
Right.
we will see that So and I didn't get your name. No, you put Samsung SM.
What's your name, Pastor?
Oh, you don't have my name there. Hey, Parvati, why didn't you put my name?
No,
I
you
am
have.
Reverend Ruben Chapasuka.
Yeah.
But I will send my name to the group.
Yeah, please send your
Okay,
name
very
or
nice.
your detail in the WhatsApp group because we all are there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now
So they gave me a false name.
yeah, thank you. So now I would like to invite to give the vote of thanks, Ambassador Colette. Please, the floor is.
Thank you, Ambassador Pradeep. I want to say again a hearty thank you to everyone that presented today. The expertise that sat at this table today cannot be taken lightly because I've learned so much. One from Professor Clyde, who really does represent the Caribbean and Latin America as the voice of the institution of the fire engineers. His presentation on fire, floods, and food for the small island states really does speak to his leadership within our region. And the Caribbean really respects your call to action for collaboration, for input, for experts such as these who are impacting young people across the world. And your ideas around kid tech, teen tech, and junior tech can be implemented across the world right now. So thank you. Joanne from Grenada, your country was well represented by you today. I know you mentioned how small it is, but your multi-country caravan to empower young people to bring about change by way of their own hands, that's visionary. The opportunity for knowledge sharing by way of your efforts will indeed make huge waves across not just the Caribbean region, but across the world. So thank you. Sanjoy, your presentation on sustainable livestock farming and its impact on people, animals, and the world was an eye-opener to me. Thank you for teaching us how to optimize the ecosystem for our wellness. Professor Calvin Young, connecting the sky to how we grow our food. That's huge. Accessing our data problem by way of drone atmospheric intelligence to detect challenges earlier allows real-time decision-making with real accuracy as well, and that's big. We in the Caribbean would love to connect with your expertise for our regional needs. It is my view that we must all be caretakers of the environment. So kudos to you, sir. Professor Jayanta from India. Your work in rural development to improve our quality of life economically and practically. It supports the agricultural trade and our health that affects us all. So increasing our farming returns is one of the best outcomes we can ask for. Thank you for that. Brent, you spoke from the level of Feed the Planet, and I tell you, I love the name of your organization so much. But your expertise on hurricane mitigation can really clarify the science of it. And that can be used to give us options that can save lives and countries. As you well know, the Caribbean has been hit with one of the largest hurricanes recently in Jamaica. Jamaica was devastated by the last hurricane. So your work for every Caribbean country from June to September is our hurricane season. So knowing ahead of time how we might be able to manage that well, I'm speaking from the vantage point of the Caribbean again, it would really help us so much to be able to have your expertise at the table. So thank you for your contribution. And Professor Moni, your contribution on digital technology in agriculture for risk management and for building out smart farming solutions and frameworks to transform our education and the world at large, that's commendable. Thank you. Amar, your work in AI generation can be of great help to those of us who are not as technologically inclined. We must all connect to share our gifts. So I wanted to thank you for sharing yours. And Monique, you're learning by doing. The process around how you built out that Living Legend school is brilliant. It really gets why education around the world needs to be revolutionized. I see that ideas that were floated by Professor Clyde in the beginning are already alive and well in the midst of your Living Legend school. So you are a true blessing to us all. Thank you for all that you're doing. So, and as a call to action for the entire team, and as a thank you to our host, Pradeep, I would love for us to consider ourselves able to reach each other from today onwards and to find at least 2 people within this network today that we can begin working with in a real way. I am sure that you have seen the correlation amongst us. We've all talked about very similar things, from young people to agriculture to impacting the meteorological and wellness of our world. There are ways that we can work together. So I want to thank you all for sharing that and for opening the space, Pradeep. It is that we needed just this today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Colette, for your wonderful wrap up and also the vote of thanks. I'm really truly honored for your wonderful insight and also the presentation. I'm very much glad because before we started that event, me and Philip, we were in the WhatsApp call, and also I was trying to call her, but she was a bit busy, and then let's make it happen. She was very much interested because since a long time I'm also collaborating with her because she is one of the warrior for global food, and we all are working on the same platform. Then why not? We have to organize this event on the occasion of World Meteorological Day. So that's why we came into the idea, let's invite the prominent speakers, experts from different countries where they are already working on the proven concept and technology from the low tech to high tech, where we can learn a lot. So that's why we organized that event. And also I really thank to Monique because she always encouraged what will be the outcomes, what will be the follow-up. Let's focus on that. Definitely this event will bring open the more ideas and also the doors to make a concrete solution, because we all are hunting, we all are working, we all are hunger on the feed to the planet. So that's why this is very much important. Thank you so much. And before I end this session, I'd like to invite the chairperson of this today's event to wrap up and to conclude and to end this today's World Meteorological Day event. Thank you so much. Please, Professor Osman, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Good evening all, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, yeah, please.
Thank you very much. In the first place, I would like to thank all participants for this second day session. I understand yesterday we had another very good session where a number of guest speakers made a very good presentations. And today again, we have also amazing topics, wonderful presenters who made another contribution to this webinar or to this conference, where we are commemorating the World Meteorological Day. And for me, I don't have much to say. Just a vote of thanks to all, to our host, Professor Pradeep, for organizing this wonderful and colorful event. And a vote of thanks to the coordinator, my dear brother, Dr. Reverend Chapasuka, for coordinating the whole function starting from yesterday. And we are here today because of his effort as well. And again, a vote of thanks to all distinguished guest speakers. And again, a vote of thanks to all participants. Now, a lot has been said and shared. So I was very much keen, interested to following what the groups are trying to wind up the function. So I've seen that there's life in this project from all inputs which has been shared. So what I can say is we need to keep on organizing these functions, very, very important. And yesterday I said that this webinar, this conference should not end there. The ideas which have been contributed, the ideas which has been solicited from yesterday and today should not just gather dust in our desks or in our computers, but should be applied or trickled down to the vulnerable people in our societies, in our communities. More particularly here in Africa, we are, but in our country, again in Malawi, we are facing a lot of challenges due to these climate shocks, climate change shocks. Each and every year we experience droughts, floods in our country. Just recently, past weeks we had the heavy rains, which cause havoc, dislocation. A number of people, over 30 plus or 40 plus people have been displaced due to floods. So year in, year out, we experience floods. So Africa is paying a lot on the issue of climate change. So we need a bailout so that the Africa should remain resilient while we are facing these challenges. We need to rethink, as I said. Yes, we need to go to the moon, but still we have challenges here which we need to sort out. I was very much interested in the project which has been shared here, like the Living Legend. Yeah, that's a very good project where we need to tackle that one. A Living Legend school where people, the youngsters should at least learn from what they see and put it into practical terms than just reading the theories and the like in the books. But this learning by doing is a very good approach to empower young youth so that they can rise up and defend their destiny as they are planning to take over our roles as we are aging. So I really appreciate. I am really happy, overwhelmed with all these ideas from all continents. Africa was represented, Asia was represented, Europe was represented, North and South America were represented. So I think this is great. This is great. So finally, God bless the whole team. God bless each and everyone who has contributed in this conference. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So is there any any words you would like to share? Yeah. Otherwise, we are going to leave in the session. Yeah.
I would like to say I thank all of you for this wonderful participation in the World Meteorology Day. And with all of your permission, I would like to leave. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for organizing this wonderful program and also summarized by Ambassador Colette Barnett very well. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Pradeep, we are very proud of you. Us as your guests. Thank you for organizing this.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Yeah. Thank you. Also, I see my friend from Indonesia, Steen, because I was in.
So I had a Calvin Young in here.
Oh yeah. Also, my friend from Nigeria, Dr. Momo Tora, and Ojejenia. Thank you so much to you all. Thank you so much. We will keep in touch through WhatsApp group. Hi, Steen. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradeep. Congratulations for this great conference.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Also, Dr. Ajajan from India, also from Nigeria. Yeah, we have a lot of people from different parts of the world. Yeah. Thank you so much. So now we are going to end this meeting. Before end, the last moment, is there any word you would like to say, please? We'll be more happy to hear. And then we will end this meeting. Thank you. I think everyone is okay, fine.
Yes. So sorry, yesterday I'm privileged to invite some high-profile government officials from Nigeria, from the.
Can you please open your video so we can see who you are?
My network is
Okay.
video is I'm having challenge with the video.
Okay, please. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So yesterday I've invited some of government officials from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, and after this meeting we'll set up another meeting so that we'll invite you on ground.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much. I wish you all have a wonderful good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So thank you so much.